All right, so did I keep my promise? I made you two promises at the beginning of this video. The first promise was, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to give you better information than any doctor has before me. So I hope I've kept that promise. I hope you've learned something. I hope you see things from a completely new lens. The second promise was, do you remember what the second promise was? The second promise I made was, I'm going to give you the opportunity to take action, because what would happen if you just watched this video is, are you going to get healthier? You know, for most of us, we're not. I mean, we know we have all the information we need, but what's missing is you need some accountability. You need a plan of action, because in healthcare, one of the reasons why it fails is because it's a system that's based on using a medication to treat a symptom. It's not a system that gives you an A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 approach. So if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you just for a few minutes about our program, about how we're different. And I want to share with you why we get the results we do in our clinics. I mean, one of the reasons why we get such great results and have an amazing reputation is because we do things differently. So if you're a person who really wants to get healthier, then here's the steps that we will take to get you there. The first thing we want to do is we have to order the correct tests. Now, your typical blood panel, those tests are good, but remember, we're going to narrow the parameters. But we want you to bring that if you've had that. The tests we typically are going to run for you are going to be a stool analysis. So we're going to see how the diversity is in your gut. We're going to do a micronutrient and food sensitivity test. We're also going to test your hormones. We're going to do it through a special way with saliva. We're going to test it at different times of the day. So that's step one. We got to order the correct test. Otherwise, we're just blindfolded. And I know a lot of you have to beg your doctor, please, will you run this test? And you know, they put it off, but we don't want to leave any stone unturned. Your health is far too valuable. You cannot risk missing that critical piece in your health. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to get to the underlying cause. So once we get to the cause, we focus on the cause, not the symptoms. So we're not going to be chasing around your symptoms. We don't treat diseases, we treat health. We get your body healthy. Big distinction there. So we focus on the cause, not the symptoms. We correct the dysfunction with a drug-free approach. So for most of you, we're going to give you a nice protocol to follow. There's going to be supplementation. There could be some herbs. A lot of you think, oh, I already take supplements, but you don't. A lot of those supplements are not what the bottle says they are. I mean, if you look at it, a lot of the labels, especially in New York, where the governor just went through and, I mean, he basically almost shut down a couple pharmacies who had all these pill bottles that wasn't really what was in the pills, what the label stated. So we're going to give you a natural approach. There's going to be lifestyle intervention. We're going to give you the entire amount of care you need. That could be acupuncture. There could be some natural pain relieving therapies. If you have significant joint degeneration, we may want to do stem cell therapy on you, because that can enhance the life of that joint. You can rebuild a joint with stem cells. If you've got issues with COPD or cystic fibrosis or even fibromyalgia, then there's some promising things we can do with stem cell therapy. But we also want to work as a healthcare team, because medicine of the past is one doctor, one patient. As a healthcare team, what we do is we can look at your health from several different angles, and in that process, we can give you the proper mentoring, because we have some of the most talented Western doctors, nurse practitioners, and then we have very talented Eastern doctors, acupuncturists, doctors of Oriental medicine on the team here at East West. And so the mentoring side is the biggest key, because what mentoring means is, you know, imagine if you're getting ready to go fly a plane. You know, would a manual, you know, if you just read a book, is that going to help you fly that plane? No, it's not going to. You may be like, well, I have some knowledge about it, but in order to have the tools necessary, what do you need? Well, you need somebody who actually will sit down with you. Somebody who will fly the plane first, and then somebody who will be your co-pilot. You know, let you fly the plane on your own. And so that's what mentoring is. You don't need a mentor forever. Pretty soon we'll get out of your way, but what we find is health can be very complicated. And a lot of you, you've tried every solution imaginable. You've been on the internet, you've been to all the natural doctors, Western doctors, but you're still back in the same place. That's because you have not had a mentor, somebody to take you through a step-by-step ABC 1, 2, 3 process. So we put the responsibility back on you when it comes to your health. And in our mentoring, we do this by putting together the missing pieces. So we put together what we call the 5 pillars of health. The first pillar of health is detoxification and gut health. If your body is not properly absorbing nutrients, if you're not getting rid of the bacteria that is overgrown in your body, if you're not getting rid of the yeast, what's happened is you're not going to have adequate gut health. You won't get the nutrients that you need. If your liver is not functioning right and your kidneys, you won't be able to detox properly. That's going to be a problem. You won't produce the enzymes you need. Second pillar of health is going to be nutrition. Nutrition is always based on individual basis. It's customized. It's not a one-size-fits-all. We'll give you the right nutritional guidance based on testing. We're going to look at hormones. We're going to look at hormones in more detail than anyone has before us. We're going to look at fitness. So our exercise class that we take you through, because this is a curriculum, it's an educational program with mentoring, and we are your doctor, but we're also your mentor and your coach. But our exercise class is called We Can't Exercise For You. I wish I could, but I can't. So we're going to train you on exercise as medicine. We'll train you on the right way to exercise and the wrong way. And then finally, we're going to focus on brain health, because if your brain's not functioning properly, it's going to be impossible for us to get your body healthy. So answer this question. Which of those 5 pillars could we take out and still get you healthy? Right? Not very many of those. So you got to have the whole complete picture. Now, has any doctor ever taken you through this comprehensive of approach when it comes to your health? Because most of the time in medicine today, everything is very isolated. It's in silos, meaning it's focused on one disease and one treatment. And then if you have issues with your prostate, you go to your urologist. You have issues with your eyes, you go to your optometrist. You have issues with your digestive system, you go to your gastroenterologist. But what we do is we take a complete holistic picture and we put together these 5 pillars of health. And we give you a system that you can follow, because 94% of failure is due to not having a system. So imagine if you didn't have a system to watch this video, you wouldn't know the right buttons to push. If you didn't have a system for calling the office, there wouldn't be a way of getting in. So we want to give you a very detailed system. Now, a lot of people say, well, can I do this? Absolutely. We have patients as young as 4, as old as 96. One of my 94-year-old patient, what she said to me the other day, she said, Reagan, you got to work fast. I'm getting old. So we're working as fast as we can, but you have to look at how long did it take you to get your health to the point that it is. And then is there going to be a magic pill that just reverses that instantly? There's not. I wish I could say I had the magic bullet, but the magic bullet is right within you. So we're going to give you the mentoring, we're going to give you the training, but we have to get this idea out of our head that there is a magic pill just coming down the road. Or I'm going to wait until my health insurance covers wellness programs or holistic medicine, because that's not going to happen. Your health insurance is there for disease care. It's there when your body's broken. And it's not there to reverse chronic disease. It's there to mask a symptom. That's what it's designed for. So we can't wait any longer. The longer you procrastinate, the more expensive it will be to get your health restored. I mean, think about this. The number 1 cause of bankruptcy in the elderly is due to medical expenses. So I have so many people who come to me, I wish I would have found you 10 years ago. I had a patient the other day, I wish I would have found you 40 years ago. I was like, well, I wasn't even born then, but we have to start taking the right steps. The longer you wait, the harder it is to reverse these chronic diseases. So you have to ask yourself these questions. How would life be if I were able to resolve my health issues? What would you be able to accomplish? Would you feel more present? Would you feel more engaged? Would you be more energized? Ask yourself, how's your life been affected so far? How's your relationships been affected? Your ability to work, your ability to enjoy life. Is your life worth it? Your health is your greatest wealth. And so that's why we ask you this last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated am I really to take care of my health? Because if you're not motivated, I can only do so much for you. But I believe if you've come this far in the video, I know you're motivated. I know you're ready to go. So I want to tell you what's next. I want to give you some solutions, okay? So this is the time. You can't wait any longer. You can't put off your health. You can't sit back there and be like, well, I'm healthy enough, or I can do this on my own. You can't do this on your own. I have a mentor when it comes to my health. I have to do things every single day. Everyone in my office does. When you're healthy, that's the best time to focus on your health. Don't wait until things are completely gone. So there's a Chinese proverb that's very meaningful to me, because this is the proverb that helped me see the way that I was practicing medicine and shine new light on it. And it says, tell me and I may remember. Show me and I will remember. Involve me and I will understand. This is the most key component of health, is having the ability to get involved. The way we get you involved is we build a curriculum. We build classes for you. We have programs. Most of our programs are typically 6 months long. We have 3-month programs for people who are generally healthy. Anyone who has more than 2 or 3 health conditions, it's going to take 6 months. If you have, if you have 3 to 10. If you have over 10 health conditions, it may take us 9 months or a year. But we spend the time necessary to retrain your body, because it can take up to a year for your cells to fully change. But once you've had the comprehensive care, you've had the mentoring necessary, then we take off the training wheels. We let you ride the bike on your own. Of course, we'll still be here to manage your care, but really what we want to look at is putting all these 5 pillars of health in. So we order the correct tests for your gut health, your detoxification. We look at the proper hormones in your body. We do that through specialized testing. We look at nutrition through testing. We give you guidance on fitness and exercise, and then finally we focus on brain health, neurotransmitters. We look and find inflammatory processes in your brain. So we do this as a healthcare team. We do this and we get great results. There's no one else doing medicine like this. So you have 2 choices. You can be like my cat, and you can keep procrastinating. You can just keep hoping and waiting and dreaming, or you can actually do something. Now, I know you're an intelligent person. I know you're looking for answers. So here's what I recommend. The first thing I recommend is, I told you I'd give you the opportunity to take action, to do something about your health. So first thing I want you to do is to come into the office for a complete wellness evaluation. Now, in this wellness evaluation, we'll do a consultation. We'll do a complete evaluation of everything that could be causing your health conditions right now. Now, if you think about it, how much time do you typically get with your doctor? A lot of you are saying, well, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Most people, they rarely see their doctor. The doctor sticks his head in, goes to the next room. So what we do is we spend the time that's necessary. Most of you are going to need close to an hour, maybe 2 hours. We spend the time that's needed in order to get the right plan of action for you. So if we find we can help you, we'll write out a plan of action when you come in for your first visit. And so you got to ask yourself this question: how much do you pay for that visit with your doctor? Right? Most of us were like, well, I got a $20 copay. Well, no, how much do you pay? You're paying it somewhere. Most doctors for the initial visit are going to charge $350. If it's a specialist, it can be $550. You have a copay, or you may have to pay out of pocket. So do we need to get paid for our time? Yes, but we try and make it affordable. So usually the value for this visit is $287. When you take action, you decide, look, I want to do something for my health. I don't want finances to be a barrier, because I know that can be an issue. A lot of us think, oh man, I cannot afford to get myself healthy. And so what I want to do is take off $200. So it's going to be $87 when you come in. If you want to bring a spouse or a loved one, the cost for this initial visit is just $47. So there should be no reason why you cannot make it into the clinic. We do have financing options available. We work with single moms, single dads, retirees, people on fixed incomes. We work with people who really want to get the help, but literally we can fit it into almost any budget. I asked a patient the other day, I said, look, what would you do if your car broke down? She said, well, I'd get a new car. And I said, okay, well, so what are we doing about our health? Because she just felt like, well, maybe it's not worth it for me to get healthy. And I said, well, what are you going to do when your body breaks down? So you have to ask yourself that question. What are you going to do if your body breaks down, which it has? So please come in. I have a couple rules. Make sure to bring your paperwork and bring your supportive partner with you and get ready to transform your health. I look so forward to meeting you. And once again, this is Reagan Archibald. You can click the link at the bottom and get in touch with us right away, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the clinic.